Hello everyone, and welcome. In this video, we're looking at the Drill and Blast module in K-Mine, demonstrating a complete basic workflow, from blast block creation to blast simulation. We'll start with our training model. The first step is selecting the area for blast block design and creating it using the Create Drilling Project task. In this example, initialization is performed using 3 bench edges, crest, toe, and OL toe. This approach lets us define the block geometry correctly, accounting for both the upper and lower boundaries of the rock mass. For the OL toe parameter, we enter a value of 25 meters. This preserves the haul road berm and ensures proper pit slope formation. Next, we click Create Project Area. The system displays the project area where the blast holes will be generated. We then create the drill holes, and at this point, a complete blast block is formed. For better visibility, we turn off the project area and wireframe, switch to the top view, and select the block. Now we open the Create Wiring Up Lines task. The Create Wiring Up Lines form appears. The first step is initializing the drill and blast block. We select the blast holes and use Type by Selected to initialize them. Next, we move to the Changeable Object section. This is where we define which blast hole properties will be used during the wiring process. In this case, we specify the layer where the blast holes will be stored, define that delay timing is calculated using a formula, select the delay algorithm based on shock tubes, and assign an in-hole delay of 500 milliseconds. This standardizes hole behavior while giving us full control over the detonation sequence through surface wiring. We then move to the wiring setup. Here we see a visual representation of the initiation scheme and can define delays for the wiring lines. In this project, wiring up lines are used for hole-to-hole connections, while joining blast hole pair serves as the main trunk line for initiating the entire blast block. In the Operations dropdown, 5 wiring scenarios are available. We use one of the most common configurations. After selecting the operation, we draw a line defining the base wiring trajectory. We select it, click Apply, and wire the block from the main trunk line toward the periphery. Notice the dynamic tools available here. We can adjust line width and inclination angle, particularly useful when working with blast blocks of complex geometry. On screen, we can clearly see the main trunk line in black, interhole shock tubes in red, arrows indicating detonation direction, and applied delay values shown in brackets. Once wiring is complete, we close the form and switch to the Blast Simulation tab. The first step here is selecting the initiating chord object and opening the display settings. In the graph group, we enable the required options: wiring upline, fly rock, braking line, blast hole detonation, detonation graph, and hillside. This lets us visualize not only the detonation itself, but also the associated rock breakage processes. Below, in the Construction Settings section, we configure the blast impact zone and safety zone visualization. We can define objects that must be excluded from the blast influence area. If equipment, structures, or other critical objects fall within the hazardous zone, the system automatically generates a warning, allowing us to adjust blast parameters or relocate objects at the design stage. Next, we move to the Settings tab. In the Construction Objects group, we can enable visualization for detonation delays, calculated and display after calculation, as well as damage zones and braking lines, which show expected rock movement. Visualization intervals are defined numerically. The default value is 50, but it can be adjusted as needed. We click Apply and watch the system recalculate delays from the first to the last blast hole. Now we switch to the Simulation tab and start the dynamic blast simulation. The initial run plays in real time. If needed, we can slow playback, for example to 0.5 speed, to analyze each detonation stage in detail, or pause the simulation at any moment. We also enable the number option in the maximum charge group. A graph appears at the bottom of the screen, displaying delay values from the minimum to the maximum across the blast block. Using this graph, we can identify which blast holes detonate at a specific time, say 900 milliseconds, and systematically verify the entire initiation scheme. To summarize, The K-Mine drill and blast module allows not only blast block design, but also detailed pre-blast analysis, all before going to the field. That's it. Thanks for watching.